that is the power of manifestation. And sometimes if you start really small with something like a bunny or a cup of coffee and it happens, you have to acknowledge it and then think bigger, the next thing that you want to create in your life, and let go of that. How is it going to happen? Just really let that go. And so that's why it was really interesting that you brought that up.
Yeah, you just gave me a perfect, like an alley-oop, so I could like help the audience right now, because
I served you the ball, right?
Spike, for whatever sport we're playing, you just did a great assist. But for the audience out there, that the most challenging part for us as human beings is that letting go part, because even though you can become aware of all these things and have all this knowledge and be excited to manifest, watch The Secret, all of these things, and as you're starting to embody the frequency that you want to see, whatever you want to see in your life, whether it's health, relationships, financial, whatever it is, and you start to be that frequency, be that energy now, yes, you will start to see life shift. The challenge is we still are looking at what's already physically manifested, and most of our attention as human beings goes to what we can see around us. So maybe you're excited to manifest financial abundance out there, and then you check your online bank account and you're like, shit, it's not there yet. So now your energy is different. Like it's like more in a lack of having the abundance. And so this is with all areas. Like for people that have health goals, you're excited, you're moving on the path, and you're still looking in the mirror and you're like, damn, I don't see the change yet. And like you're starting to doubt, you're not able to trust. And so that's the biggest thing. If we can be excited for whatever it is that we want to see physically manifest, and again, not have to worry about how it's going to happen, when, who it's going to be, if you want a relationship, whatever it is, and just be able to live in the moment is what helps me so much. Because I know that the way to physically manifest anything is going to be from, what can I do with what I have from where I am right now? So I can control my energy right here and now. Like that's the first thing and most important thing. And then that's going to inspire thoughts, words, actions, ideas. And then I'm going to put that into this moment, and this moment, and this moment. And that's the only way that we can physically manifest anything, is starting in the moment we're in, and then continuing to put energy and attention on whatever it is that we want to see. Put energy on anything long enough, it'll physically manifest. So if we can have a desire for something, and at the same time, like not need it in order to feel the energy of it, to embody that, we can just like, oh, I'm excited for this for sure. It doesn't matter to me when it comes or how it comes. Like I know it's coming. Like it's all good. And then just get back to living in the moment. Then the floodgates can open, and momentum can start to show us the physical manifestations, where you're looking in the mirror and you see the body that you're starting to want. You're like, ooh, now I'm seeing results. Now that's the easy part. When you see the results, when you see the money start flowing you, now it's just like you put more attention on it, and then it continues to increase in momentum. So I love it.
I agree with you. I think that you kind of you hit the ball back over to me, and I feel like that really kind of highlights patience. Patience is such a big part of it, and for me, patience is for me personally, it's like I know how to do all these things, and when it doesn't happen, and we reach that point where we can get back into that lower vibration, like it's not happening, or that's when we really have to. That's that muscle of nope. Okay, I'm going to wallow in this frustration for a minute, but the quicker you can get out of it, pull yourself out of it, start being aware of when you start giving up on this dream you've created, and go, nope, I'm giving it over to the universe. Let go, let God. Immediately, quickly get out of that negativity, get moving back, do whatever you can to refocus your energy onto something positive to keep that high vibration going. Or you might have a relationship in your life and you're asking for it, I really want this great relationship, and then you break up and you're like, what the heck just happened here? I am focusing on a great, this great thing. We don't know what's around the corner. And having that faith is the hardest part. And I've told clients that are just crying about a relationship, and I'll already see someone in their future for them that just seems so different and so much better. But in that moment, you have to honor their sadness where they're at, like you said, in the moment. But I will say to them, imagine if you had $5,000 in your purse right now, and I went over and I took it away, and you went down to your car, and you realized you were walking down your car and you look in your purse and you're like, she took $5,000 from me. And you get all hysterical. And then you get down to your car and someone had filled your car with $10 million. And you have that now. 2 minutes ago, you were crying about $5,000. Now you have $10 million. And we do that with our relationships, with our jobs. When we lose a job, we lose a relationship. We think, oh my God, I'm trying to create something better, and it all fell apart. Well, sometimes things fall apart right before they get even bigger. When you're asking for things to come in that are magnificent, big dreams come with big risks. To get there, sometimes you have to go through that risk or that challenge, and then all of a sudden, if you stay in that high frequency, you stay in that belief, you stay in your integrity, I always say cream rises to the top, you will get through. You know, it's that Thomas Edison. It was like how many times you fail before you finally got there. So it's just finding patience with along the road, I think is so important for all of us, because that's the biggest challenge to me. It's just like you said, to keep in that, oh, how much longer do I have to keep in a good mood? But being in a good mood feels way better than being in a bad mood, you know? So anyway.
So funny. There's definitely someone in the audience that when you gave that analogy, which is beautiful, about the purse and then the car being filled with money, somebody was like, where did they park? Like, I want to go put my car there. It's like, we're always trying to like figure it out. And like the patience element is so important, because we're like, well, we want the instant manifestation. We're like, where do they park their car? Do I have to leave the door unlocked? Or do I leave the key? Like, what did they do exactly? So
that's the hardest part. Being in the not as much money, or being in that and staying in that. I have an intention to be wealthy. I have an intention to be loved, man. That is my goal. When you look at Olympic athletes that are winning at their game, that is their intention. You know, you see the champions of life, the Muhammad Ali's, the Martin Luther King, Gandhi. These are people that have one vision, not that we can't have one vision of a million different things we want, but they're passionate, they are locked in, they have complete belief. And then you see what can happen, you know? From that just belief that, no, I don't care what's being thrown at me. This is where I'm going. And if you're not going with me on that train, get off, you know, the naysayers, the whatever, get off my train then. Because we deal with that too. People around us, well, you know, maybe you should give up, just, you know, whatever it is.
For all of us, like this is, and we were talking about, I was mentioning her earlier, that my ex-girlfriend, Jessica, who's now powerful, like business coach and like business partner of mine. She lives in Hawaii, like awesome human being. She did a training that was called the Universe To-Do List, which basically was the things that we can control in life, like our vibe, our energy, like, you know, if you have to go get groceries, like do all those things, like the things that we need to do. And then everything else that is like the how, when, where, who, like all these details, like the universe's side. So you have your to-do list and the universe to-do list, and fill the universe to-do list with like all that stuff that makes you anxious, that you're worried about, like all that, put it over there, and then then you can release it, and then get back to focusing on the things that we can do, which are, you know, they're simple. Like, what can we do with what we have from where we are? Like simply focus on those, and then let the synchronicities of life fill in, and that makes it so much easier. The reason I love collaboration like this, Kindall, is I did a live Facebook before this. Like I spoke for like an hour, just powerfully. And my intention was just to give some peace to humanity when it comes to the George Floyd situation, and like what that's bringing up for humanity. And a lot of people were very upset. And I wanted to just share some powerful, you know, perspective and truth when it comes to that, because none of us have the ability to unmanifest anything, to take something that's already manifested and now all we can do is manifest what we'd like to see, or we can manifest more of what we don't like to see by going to put more of that energy into it, more rage, more hate, more, and that's just going to manifest more of that. So I just had some things that I always, whenever there's tragedies or things that there's a lot of collective, like, you know, just really heavy, like dense, rough energy, I always will allow people to sit in that for, you know, whatever, a day or two, I'm not immediately doing my video that I knew I was going to do a video, because it's just like, it's just reminders, and whoever's attracted to it is another part of why the fame thing that you mentioned. I'm looking forward to more and more people, like when I'm going on live, I'm looking forward to 1 million people just popping on, because I wanted 1 million people to hear what I had to share earlier, and however many people see it and share it, who knows, like that'll be whatever it is. One person, if it impacts them, it's the whole reason that I do what I do. But what I mentioned and why I love to co-create so much and collaborate is because if people hear the same, like, because all we're doing is in different ways with different modalities and our different life experience and perspectives, sharing who and what all of us truly are, we're just a different expression of it. So I feel like if people hear it from enough different humans, like I introduce them to, or other people introduce them to, the light bulb will come on, whether it's through me or through you or through the 500th person that I've interviewed, where it's like, oh, and they're saying the same thing that we've all been saying, but it doesn't matter to me how the light bulb comes on. I just want it on so that you now add to the collective and we can all enjoy this life while we're here even more. I want the whole planet to be like lit up and doing the things that they're passionate about and creating what they want to see, manifesting what they want to see. It just sounds like a way more fun world than not, you know?